Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is another part of doing this. And I think it's a lot easier and a lot better and came out really good. If you didn't watch the first, this is like part 4 of this same series. I have re-leveled this thing for this video, and it's so fuzzy it's kind of hard to tell it's off the indexing line. The indexing line is perfect, but it's hard to move it minutely, but you can always go right here and move it and see how that moves it minutely. So we're going to set it on 1.5 and it puts it pretty close. Now I'm going to take that object and I'm going to lock it so we can't move it anymore. And then I'm going to do this one that's totally different than the one before. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to take a 2-point line. I'm going to do it with a rectangle. I'm going to go from about the center to about there and then go up with the rectangle. And that way I can kind of see that it's in the center. And for the video, I'm going to go ahead and make that line yellow, and I'm going to make it thicker so you can hopefully follow along from your computer. And you see it, so now we've got it. And I'm going to convert, this is a rectangle, so I'm going to convert it to a curve so we can manipulate it. And by doing that, I can add nodes. So I'm going to add a node like right there, and I'm going to bend that down to about there. Now what I can do is take that node and right-click and break it apart. Right-click and break it apart. You could have done this with just a line, but I found it's a little easier, maybe like this. And then just wipe through there and you got that line. Now, before I make it that, if you follow along that magical 13 degrees, I'm going to hit the plus sign and make a duplicate. I'm going to click on it and get the rotation to put the rotation about for this line. And I'm going to rotate it to try to get it to the middle of the line. Now this curve part, I don't know what this really represents, but it's a pretty cool logo. So we'll go ahead and move this one to the center and then take this one and move it kind of to the center. So we've got that. I'm going to go ahead and take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line. Now I'm going to hit the plus sign again and I'm going to rotate this line, but this time I'm going to rotate it from here. And I'm going to kind of move it to the center. I'm a little bit off. And if we wanted it perfect, I could type in 45. And then I can take the shape tool again. And I can move, it's probably easier to move that node first. And then move this node. This is like a little shorter little glitch. I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key. I'm going to delete this line and this line. Now I'm going to take this line. Whoop, I got a little bit of a line right there. Take that away. And because my object is locked, I can't grab anything else. I'm going to Control G and make a duplicate of that. And then I'm going to hold down the Control key and I'm going to mirror it. I evidently didn't hit the plus sign. So let's just go the other way. That looks really good. I think I'm either not level or the design's not perfect, but we could take the shape tool. I've got it grouped together, so you got to click on it, go up to object and ungroup it. Probably didn't even have to group it to move it like that, but I'm just going to move this one over a little bit. And for the one that's doing this for real, you'd want to take a little more time, and maybe he's got a clearer image. And we're pretty good along with the logo. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. This one could be off a little bit. That looks pretty good. So now what we can do is take that circle, holding down the control button and get a perfect circle. I'll go ahead and do the same thing and make it yellow in 3 points, so hopefully you can see it in a little better on your monitor. And then I'm going to move that circle into the center. I want it right in the center of our circle. So I'm going to take the shape tool or the shift tool. I'm going to hold down the shift tool and then I'm going to minutely kind of move it around with my nudge tool. I'm moving it left and right we want to be off that surface, but it doesn't really matter. So now I can grab all this, and you can see it's 3 points. Let's go to that magical 13 points. It's not written down, but you can always type in 13. And we're still a little bit off. I think I'm just maybe not perfectly level, but you can always correct stuff like that. I think we're good with the exception of that circle is probably not at the bottom. There's some parts showing. So we can grab that circle and actually hold down the shift key and make it grow in a little bit and then nudge it up more to the red. And now it's all clear. Now we can take all that, just move it out of the way, kind of see what it looks like in black. Whoop. I needed to right click instead of left click to do the outline. I think that's going to look really good. I think this way might be the better way to do it. Let's make the logo red. Whoop. Tell you what, let's take this out of the way. Whoop. Whenever you can't grab something, if you grab just the S, you can move it out of the way. So let's take this and make it a red to look more like the logo, and then pop this into the center. Anyway, I think that's a lot better, a lot easier, more precise. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.